Hello, this is Warpath 1985 speaking, and in today's special review, I was discussing the Mattel Creations Master Universe Origins Eternia Playset. Obviously, this is going to be my Christmas special, and I have a lot here to for demonstration and for also comparison. The figures, in this case, King-Grayskull, who was a part of the early bird or general, was exclusive to the Eternia Playset when you purchased it, again, as an early bird figure. Of course, King-Grayskull is very much just reusing most of the parts from the standard Origins body. Not particularly going to go over articulation, because again, you've seen his body multiple times, so you know that's how it works, etc. The only thing that really I must mention is that the head articulation is very limited due to the actual, the mane technically, more it's just the cape. It's just so slightly limited. Which is pretty good that they made removable and adjustable, which means that you get the head figure more articulation, more head articulation. Other than that, it's just very limited. Of course, figure specific is Revolution kind of board of King-Grayskull, not 2000X or other main comics, other comics, etc. He does come with one accessory, which is his power sword, which is in this ice blue, and of course, his other accessory will be a harness and his cape and his mane, etc., which are all removable and are slightly translucent. Let me ever slightly translucent that is. He's with He-Man, She-Ra, King Randor, since they're of course related. This can't be Marlena, because she's from Earth, because she's an Earth astronaut. And finally, Keldor. And of course, Skeletor. And for villains, King Hiss, Hordak, who killed King-Grayskull in most media, especially in 2000X. Now, this is it for comparisons. For other things, I'll move on before will be the accessories that come with the Eternia Playset. For the accessories that come with the Eternia Playset are quite numerous. Obviously, you have the removable podium here. Almost just gargoyle, which reveals the old storage unit or port, or technically place, which still has that little spider from the original. Other accessories would be the stingray, and technically what used to be a mold detail, but now it's a figure, the monster, which is quite well articulated. It has like a ball joint at the hind legs and swivels, hinged shoulders in the front, swivels again, open mouth, and in general a ball joint at the waist. So yeah, it has a lot of articulation for such a small figure. Oh yeah, I forgot a swivel at the tail. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And just gonna glaze over that because again, this is a lot for a playset. First, like weapon accessory, we need catapult, which is quite nice. You have the gold accessories and the soft, like kind of gray accessories. And this is the catapult. We also have this key, was mostly used for like the sky cage to release attach. The crossbow. The blade rifle, which probably just works very similar to how He-Man uses or shoots out lightning bolts with his power sword, if I recall correctly, like some media. Yeah, the grappling hook, which there are exactly 4 of in this playset. The other ones are like either one of each. But with the grappling hook, it works quite simple. It is very simple. Basically what it does is that you latch it onto these little hooks here. Little ports. And that's how basically it works. It's very simple. a very simple play feature. The only thing that there's some problem with it is that you might accidentally stress out the plastic, but that's kind of like very impossible because again it's polymer plastic, which means like it's very durable and it's very easily kind of malleable, etc. So it won't directly do anything bad to it. Back to the other accessories, we have this little harpoon launcher, or what's this, laser rifle, missile launcher, and needle gun. It's very unique. Once again, there's one of it inside the entire Eternia Playset. If you're curious, it cannot be used for the little, these called speeder, or just a little giant pod, can be used for that. We also have the arrow launcher, which there are 2 of in the playset. More just arrow gun. We also have this little laser cannon, or double barrel laser gun, which, unlike the little harpoon gun, can be used with the one of the trams, like so, or just the sleds. It's a little dusty here. Yeah, pretty cool. But also can be used with figures, as seen earlier. We also have this bow, which is very similar to Ninja's, but it's ever so slightly different. Mostly with like some various add-on details, etc. Especially it being a lot more ornate in gold instead of silver. We have this shield, which is once again very similar to another figures, that being big heads, but it's again ever so slightly different. Finally, but not least, the rocket launcher, which is a very unique weapon, as we don't usually get that many much more traditional weapons from Master Universe. Usually it's like a weird mix of sci-fi, etc. But this is just a rocket launcher, bazooka, however. Or it can also be technically, if you're a Fallout fan, a Fat Man, which is a type of like a rocket launcher catapult, basically. So yeah, it's pretty cool. That's mostly it for like accessories and weapons. There are technically more than that, but those are all the main like accessories that are included with this. I guess move on to other sections will be other play features and weapons and etc. Maybe even storage. Of course, we have the cannon. We also have the cannon, which is removable. Just focus on in there. It's a very nice cannon, not gonna lie. It has like this very simple ratchet joint. You should move the cannon upwards and downwards, and also you can remove it. Of course, this is a separate piece. You can obviously just rotate it, like just shifting it, move it like this. It does have this little not necessarily cover, more it's just a shield, and 2 firing missiles, which both have their own separate firing pins or general buttons, and they can be used with whatever villains you want to use, like shoot at Grizzlor. And they're very powerful. They can easily knock away a figure like this, like that. So yeah, it's pretty strong of a missile. Aside from that, it is still a strong missile launcher, whatever, or cannon, whatever, which means you get a lot of playability with it and a general fun factor. Next, I'll move on to other play features, that being external play features that are mostly involved with tram system and also the various play features that involve the figures. But first I have to move along by talking about the tram pieces themselves. The tram pieces themselves are all, of course, removable by simply unplugging them from these ball joints I'll first be using this as a general example for how they basically work. But we'll note something. All the tram pieces, most two of them are the exact same, but the main one that is part of the main tower or the main module that is entirely unique because all of them point inward because of the ball joints, while this one points outward for the main module, that is. And even they're marked as different letters, like the ones for the smaller modules are marked as A's and the main module is marked as a B. So it won't really confuse them. But they are obviously compatible with one another because how else would this work, technically? I must note something in case if you're not aware. To remove them, you have to basically put your thumb pretty much right here. I'm trying to show it off here. There we go. Thumb right here. And pull out like that. That's how you move it. You don't have to push it. You don't have to pull it. You just have to move it like that. Like so. And of course, when it comes to connecting all of them together, instead of you want to have connected to one individual tower, you have to separate them in half. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to say the least. I believe, yes. Aside from that, one thing I must note, if you are curious, to say the least, if you are having a trouble with, in general, understanding this, you are gifted an instruction booklet. The instruction booklet is very, very informative. It gives instructions to how to assemble it, obviously, but also gives instructions on the play features, which are mostly on the inside. Because on that side, this is where you get most of the general how to build it, etc. But when we look on the inside, it's a lot more informative and tells you all the play features there, which is super cool. There's a space shuttle. It's called the space shuttle. But yeah, the much more rounded off piece. But yeah, that's mostly it for the comes of tram pieces. We'll go on to a little later when it comes to the connectability and etc. after a small little cut. Alright, and with that, we now have all the tram pieces connected together. Of course, if you can always remove them because I'll get to that later when it comes to the individual towers, when it comes to their individual play features, etc. Because you're going to need to separate all of them for that because again, this is very large, but I'll get this aside first because it's basically the main general event. With all the tram pieces, all of them are connected together, you can have this, which is the little motor that makes most of the magic happen. Without this motor, you can't really do anything with the trams, with the space shuttle, the sky tram, the sky cage, and the jetpack. Because again, this is technically not supposed to be a actual tram. It's supposed to be a weird, just to describe it, not real. It's supposed to kind of work very similar to how Lego sometimes does it, where we're okay, we're gonna have this here, and the use imagination to make it not exist. It would be a lot better to have that where these things are actually flying around if they were tram was transparent. But obviously that palm transparent, even though yes, it is still very strong, it's not as strong compared to palm solid color, which again makes sense. Whatever. Obviously, it looks kind of a little funky when it's like that, but it still gets the job done. But flip the switch, the motor is on, the wheel is going, and it's off to the races. With most things, that is general physics and etc. As you can tell, it's very slow and does struggle a little bit because it doesn't have much weight behind it or general momentum to go a little faster. And in general over various places with curves, etc. But with something very light, not light anymore, it's just a little bit heft, like a jetpack, which the jetpack obviously slides in there slow. So onto the general motor and also the sky cage. And also technically the space shuttle, but it's more recommended in the instructions for you to slide in there into the sky cage like so. So you can have it kind of like this. So then you have like the sky cage be like a little like turret placement. It's pretty cool. Just give like a lot more sense why you have handlebars here for you to hold on to. Probably use, let's see, Zodak as a good example of how this ground works. Again, handlebars, you want to have it on the sky cage, and have Zodak in here like so, which is very hard. Because you actually have to put the figure in here like this in the front, and then pose them up holding onto the guns. Because they actually use more or less kind of like the battleground type of like handlebar system, where it's more or less like you have to hold onto these little panels instead of like actual handles, or more of this triggers, or what is described control sticks, like the other much more modern Origins general play features, everyone more just accessibility with figures, and opposite races with Zodak in his jetpack. So yeah, it works quite well. The only thing I must mention about this is that this only strictly works with standard size Origins figures. So you can't really have things like more figures like Extendar, Man, and etc. Especially figures like Rock-On, who are pretty much impossible to get in here. Even characters with jetpacks themselves, like more characters who have jetpacks, still technically can't fit in there, like Stratos with his jetpack. I'm using the Uniconic version for that general example. But yeah, as you can tell, it moves a lot more faster because there's a lot more momentum behind it. It's a bit of weight, so that means it moves a lot faster to go over the edges, etc. by itself. Again, very nice, cool. Aside from that, so the key basically works very similar to the original one, where you can either have it work, we're going to be here with the flail, where that's kind of the key, working close on to entrap various enemies, like so. It works because it's not as like a loose as compared to the original one. The original one used plastic, but since it's metal, it's not as like a loose in general. Doesn't have that much more give. Technically, not give, but more it's just doesn't really fall down that well. It's hard to explain, but in general, it just basically means that it won't go down that easy. We have the chain up here. Remember this strap, which there's this strap here, which you have just sitting, I believe, here, like so. Basically, just means that you have to have like here, basically. Yeah, I forgot how to put this down there, but look at the instructions for reference. But yeah, here's the space shuttle. We'll put that engine inside. You can remove it, almost open it up like this, or I believe in the rear. Yeah, in the rear, like so. So that's pretty cool. The one thing I must mention is that you can technically fit two figures in here. I'm mostly just gonna use Mini Comic Roboto for this. But yeah, you can fit two figures in here technically. Probably like a smaller figure, less of squat, but yeah, it just, in general, it just depends if you can fit figures in there. The only thing I must mention that you might have to have the rear open up, be open, for you to have much more room to fit your figure in there. But yeah, there's like enough space for you to fit another figure in there. You can, maybe, but yeah, it is a option aesthetically. Something I almost forgot while I was like ending this video is that this thing shows wheels, so we can roll around across the Eternia. which, if you're curious, none of the other ones have wheels. Aside from that, there goes the space shuttle. Once again, works like that. This should. Nah, it don't work. There's it. There it goes. So yeah, because it's like a metal chain, it doesn't go there down there that fast and that well. It went down like halfway, but yeah, it technically works, but I don't know. There you go. Yeah. Here's this which is with the flail. This is also tried to stop the general tram to go. Yes, it is. So yeah, it's just generally there to close the trap, more trap creatures in there, this little gate, or stop the tram. It's super cool. It's a very neat trap. It's not the only trap that obviously that exists more is here. The other trap is obviously with the key, which this key works with the sky cage that I mentioned earlier. But something I'd like to mention first would be the amount of space that's required for the space shuttle and also sky cage to move around. Because not like the jetpack where it's a lot thinner and a lot more, best to describe it, has a lot more leeway to move around figures. But with the space shuttle and the sky cage, you don't really have that much space to move around figures, so it's also just going to knock over figures, which is an intended play feature, but it does mean that when it comes to displayability, you can have any figures seated more or less in or around the areas that connect to or connect with the Castle Grayskull Tower module and the Snake Tower module. So it is somewhat a best to describe it, a thing, or more it's just something that is at fault when you really think about it, but it is technically a play figure, so I don't know. It more just depends on your general, best to describe it, feelings? Your feelings behind it, or more it's just like your opinion. There you go. So yes, you basically just have to clamp it on there like that. I'm looking over the instructions here. And then we have the sky cage, which can open up however you want to. Either you go up in the front, or like this, with the trapdoor. Probably have a, let's do a Grizzlor for this one. So you have a Grizzlor here. And to be warned, put the general key, or more or less the release key, over a soft surface so you don't want to damage your figures. But since these are Master Universe figures, damaging them is the last thing they're pretty much meant to do, because they are very hard to break. That's mostly just a thing with most MOTU figures. They are hard to break. Unless you're like a classics figure, maybe, but when it comes to just origins and like origins figures, impossible. Very hard to do. Aside from that, there goes the sky cage, and it should, hopefully, curses. Okay, so after much overview, I didn't ever know this. The motor is a lot quieter compared to the original one. It's a lot more squeaky. But yeah, you're supposed to have like this, just sticking out when you're sending the birds. So yeah, it should work now. Yep, there goes Grizzlor. He should be falling out. There it goes! So yeah, there goes Grizzlor. He just fell out. So yeah, it's a very neat play feature. It's a little bit finicky, but it works. It just works. But yeah, the tram system is very much a simple and very fun play feature. I absolutely love it. Aside from that, let's move on to the play features of the individual towers, which will be very simple because I technically covered like some of it when it comes to the the Castle Grayskull tower when I was doing my Castle Grayskull special general reveal. But I'll be going into a little more in depth in this one because I'm talking about the Eternia Playset general playset. So, of course, since most of the towers are interchangeable, because there's general playset with it, since they both use the same general ports, you can easily interchange them with each individual tower, which is super cool. Aside from that, the Castle Grayskull tower is pretty much a very simple little playset here. You have multiple different places to seat figures. You have places that weren't particularly available with the original model, which is super cool. I'm trying to make some space here, but I'll be using Filso as a demonstration alongside with others. So the Castle Grayskull tower also has the turret section. If I can just focus on there now. The turret section, which you can seat more or less, not seat, more or less, more or less. Sorry about that. You can put a figure there, for example, Fisto or Zoar, which is how you should say Zoar, in just right there, perched right there in the turret section. You also have a figure walking down or up here with these little steps. Just move the camera down here. Little steps right here. We also have this general section which is completely unique with the Origin / Mattel Creations version, because again the Eternia Playset was available in the Vintage Toy line. This is a remake of it. This little area we're going to put a figure in here. But to put a figure in there is a little bit difficult. You have to have a figure stick the arm out here to balance them out, because you have to fit a figure here like so. To do so, you have to basically move the figure's arm. Pretty much stuff your arm up into the turret, like so. Where your figure is balanced. And fit the other figure's arm on the other side, or they can be on their side, or more or less be on the side of the figure. But yeah, it's supposed to work kind of like that. It's pretty neat, it works, and it's a very nice play feature. But if you want to move your figure, just drop them down there. But since these are Origin figures, no harm is done, because they're very durable. And they're designed to fall apart. Kind of like most modern toys, with hindsight of vintage toys where they're either fragile or very easily broken. Other play features are more or less the storaging points and general action play features here and there. That being the dungeon that is a part of the tower here, which side here maybe. I'm trying to show it off here. We have the dungeon, which can be opened like this, and with a trap door. We have a horror trooper here, and we see there's a button here, and there it goes into the dungeon. It's a very nice play feature. You can obviously have like move it to this area here or that area over there. But also something that's super interesting with it is that it is also a nice storaging area for your beasts and other vehicles that are part of Master Universe Origins, or also just MOTU. Like Battle Cat, who can fit in there, like that. But obviously without the armor, body armor technically. And also, what I really like, you can fit the rover in there, like so, which it somewhat fits in there, but it's cool nonetheless. So you can like fit vehicles in there, but the rover can't really fit in there entirely. But nonetheless, it's just a cool feature that you can just fit stuff in there. The other play feature that is available would be the flip pegs. Usually on this side here. You get two. Most of the modules have at least like one or two, etc. The Snake Tower one doesn't technically have any, though that's mostly just because it has a much more unique general play feature. For demonstration, I'll use like Mana arms here, or Duncan. You can be basically right here with the flip bag, and I have like Stratos here with the other flip bag. So yeah, that's pretty cool. You have like flip bags here, figures. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for the Castle Grayskull tower. It's a pretty neat tower. I really like it. It's very much similar to its bigger brother, the actual Castle Grayskull comes with its play features. But otherwise, it is its own unique beast, or its own general beast, to describe it. Where it has a lot more play features. When it comes to a much more expanded dungeon, has area for storage. In general, it feels a lot more like innovative compared to the Castle Grayskull playset. But obviously, it can be beat its general magic because it is Castle Grayskull and nothing to it. But it's Castle Grayskull comes with most playsets. Even if I consider the Eternia Playset a better playset to it, was play value, etc. It generally doesn't beat its magic. The other general tower would be the Snake Tower, which I will do a small cut to that. So the other tower that is a part of it, general Eternia Playset that isn't the general main module, would be the Snake Tower. Obviously, it's part of the general Snake Man. Uniquely, which as a side note, we don't really know what's gonna happen to the general snake temple, which is castle snake lair. There, the snake lair playset, which I really wanted to release at retail because everybody is kind of like, oh my god, we're getting a new playset, also being the fright zone later on, etc. Because no one particularly knows like if we are gonna get it or not, as Mattel Creations, etc. But hopefully you just get a retail instead because I feel like it feels a lot better as a retail playset instead of like a Mattel Creations playset because it's a very large playset. It is recommended that it can generally be able to be advertised as in locations to be successfully funded or do this thing where it's like yes, because what comes to my opinion with the Eternia playset, this I feel like is much better justified because getting a original Eternia playset is possible, especially with the tram pieces being so fragile, easily being broken even out of the box. So I'm like, I was much more tempted. In general, it was like a effort between me and my mother to buy this thing because we bought it with our own money, etc. Together. So it was more like a much more enticing effort, more or less, compared to like everything was like the various freighters and vehicles that are part of like the HasLab stuff. Because I feel like that stuff, I feel like okay, the Star Wars stuff, the vehicles, everywhere, I feel like that can be sold at retail. Because we have examples of the Falcon. In general, I just feel like the Snake Lair should come out retail. I'm just gonna say that. It doesn't release through Mattel Creations. Hopefully, it's affordable. Hopefully, don't do like a price the same price as the Eternia Playset because it's not like the Eternia Playset where I feel like it's worth it. Because you're pretty much getting like a 50% off of the original Eternia Playset because that thing's expensive as all hell. Like the tram piece is like the same cost as like a Castle Grayskull. So yeah, in general, it feels like you're getting a better deal with this. Which some people like retro blasting and Analog Toys may complain that, oh yeah, this is not a great deal, they show a price tag, sorry, yeah. I'm more just being like, yeah, I understand that, but I don't care, and I'm not gonna pay for the original one. I'm not. Already the Battle Bones was like $30. I was like, whew, it's a lot, but hey, it was in good condition. But I'm not gonna pay like $1,000 for that thing. But just tangent aside, the Snake Tower is very cool. I really like it. I really like it. It has metal chains. It can move around, but also strike, like so. Like strike at the various space shuttles, the sky cage, etc. Which is super cool. I originally was going to plan to get Viper, which is supposed to be the first one of the Viper Tower, which is what it's technically called. That's every snake tower, so it's called the Viper Tower, because Viper is the snake itself. Because this is an actual character, not a sort of to be turn main module, whereas like this is just general a monument, whatever. I don't know. I don't particularly know how to just describe it. But yeah, to do the striking motion, you have this little key here, which very simple attacks like so. With the original one, you have like a little weapons rack and a couple more different bits and pieces of it. It's like very dusty, which I don't know why. You think dust won't weaken there, but yeah, it's very dusty. But you do have like a lot of space in here for like combat and etc. for training, and also for storage, or just have figures in there. For example, Camocon can like sit in there, just stand there, kind of like that. And there it goes. Or more obviously, Viper, which. Again, I wanted to get Viper before me doing this review, but Viper was either being sold and general shipping would like arrive like after the after Christmas, so I was like, that's not really gonna work for my timing, or even like, oh, this is not really general gonna work otherwise, because I have my own general priorities supposed to life, etc. Which is a side note. If the thumbnail looks a little wonky or might be changed to run very different from my other thumbnails, it might be due to just because it rained very recently, so it may be possible that I can't do like a photo shoots outside or other things like that. So I had to make a note of that. So that might be very different from what I usually consider size would be like having this be photographed outside. Or that's a general side note. Aside from that, let's talk about the main module, because this is where the fun begins. So the main module is, the main module is a lot. Sorry about the strange little cut there. I didn't realize it, but somehow I ran out of memory on that memory card, which is impressive because I deleted and removed. Made up a lot of space on that card, so I'm kind of like, why? I don't know. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention, which I mentioned this in the Castle Grayskull review. This doesn't have the original bridge piece that connects that to the Castle Grayskull Playset, which is like I mentioned before. If you want to learn more about how my feelings about that, just go watch my Castle Grayskull review about that thing. Aside from that, you get a bunch of foot pegs, layers to stand figures in the Eternia Playset main module. Especially on the steps here, like so. And my camera doesn't want to die horribly, apparently. I don't know why it's been struggling, just because it's a tripod here. But yeah, you can general put figures here on these little foot pegs. There's six different foot pegs for either 3 different figures or 6 different figures. Not money ones, but just toys as figures. You have a figure stand here to either be launched via this. I might like pose them up like classic Master Universe sphere, just all squat. Let's do work. To launch, like so, into the Eternia Playset, or, I'll just use the Snake Trooper as an example, be eaten by the Eternia Playset itself with this little kind of like orb. Like that. So you pretty much move around that little orb. Or I forget what it's called. I put the name here. It's like most wizards. But yeah, just do like this. And the Snake Trooper. It's very hard to do. The Snake Trooper died horribly. It's very hard to do. If the figure's like too big, it might get caught. But yeah, just very easy does that. It's not easier to have like this. Have it already, or have a figure already. Sorry. Let me rephrase that again. Have the mouth already open. Put a figure on the foot peg here, and then do the action. And the Snake Trooper is eaten. So yeah. It just depends. If you have it in the foot peg, it's a lot easier to do, or have the mouth or open slightly. This last feet right there. Again, like so. The mouth open slightly on the figure on the foot peg, and the Snake Trooper is dead. So yeah, it's a very, very awesome play feature. It's the most chaotic thing ever. It barely, or sometimes does work most of the time with some things. Like this one, which I find funny. Just launched the little monster back there. It's so funny. It's so funny. I don't know. I can't explain why. It's just so funny. It's just, you launch figures back there to their demise, basically. But yeah, that's mostly it for the front section. When it comes to the exterior of the Eternia Playset, something I must note is that yes, the moat is completely empty. It's also enclosed with armors, has no openings, it's closed, etc. Which means that you can technically fill it with actual water. Like I won't be shocked, like a lot of kids who either did get the Mattel version or maybe the vintage version, because I think the vintage version was also completely enclosed. Fill it with actual like general water. Have the Moon Monster, or the original one, because the Moon Monster was a molded-on piece. So you can replace it. The Stingray, play around the area, like so. So yeah, it's pretty cool. When it comes to the rear, however, things get a little more interesting. Or more or less the interior. Alright, so for the interior, you get like a lot more, almost a better look at most of the Eternia Playset. Because it's tier, etc. Most of the general floors are texture and also very dusty because the thing is a dust magnet apparently. You have a ladder which is removable. If I recall correctly, you did get I think like one more ladder maybe. I'm not really sure, but it works like similarly to the original ladder where you grab a figure and simply there. Put the hand right there. There you go, climb the ladder. Very simple play feature. I have a play feature that's more or less something for display reasons. If you want like the whole tram system, or main module tram system, be completely like surrounded or connected with the general tram playset, you just remove this piece here, that piece here, up, like so. And yeah, there you go. You have like your complete general look. But I much prefer it as how it is, where I just have it kind of like that. Oh, there you go. I was doing it the wrong way. There you go. Yeah, so just like kind of like that. It comes to the bottom floor, or first floor technically, lobby or whatever. You have basically a little dock where you can have it a figure, for example, this, a Road Ripper, just dock right there. You have like Mecha Neck come out here, stand here, whatever. It's pretty neat. Really like it as like for display options, so you can display vehicles there. Aside from that, it can be removed for storage reasons or display reasons. It's pretty cool. Backwards, just always keep it there. You don't have any foot pegs on the bottom floor. You do get a couple more details right here. A couple bookshelves, more like areas. Probably look through the eye pieces, more or less, of the massive lion's head. Aside from that, you do also get this little winch, which moves similarly, almost kind of ish, similarly to Castle Grayskull, but more or less a lot more efficient because it actually can stand or in place, which is pretty cool. It stops at the floor right here with the combat floor, training floor, weapons room, whatever. The armory, kind of, but yeah, it's a very simple play feature. Nothing particularly that special. And yes, technically this sticker is placed incorrectly. It's actually supposed to be on the inside, facing the actual, like, Eternia Playset head right here. I only just realized that when I was putting stickers on there because I had that little bit of let's describe it, what's it called again? Sky shark? There you go. Sky shark? Shark. There you go. The GHL type of shark where the instructions say, oh, you put it right there, but yes, you push it on the window instead of inside. So yeah, had that general type of moment there. Aside from that, I'll be using Mechanic again. This time I'm saying his name right. You can either fit one figure there, in this case Mechanic, or a figure on both sides of the little elevator. And in case you're curious if that figure has a little bit of stability problems, you have a little there we go. A little handlebar there. More as a control stick to potentially move it up and down. And this area, the handlebar. Not the control stick. So yeah, you fit two figures here. Maybe like a Fisto. If you can stand, I don't know. This figure's kind of a hard time just standing here because it's just so cramped. But yeah, you got both figures right there. And it can technically work, but it just gets stuck. So yeah, just move this to there. A lot easier, like so. It's a very simple play feature. I really like it. I mostly have like on the ground floor, more the first floor once elevator, that is. Because it's just on display. Aside from that, the computer room, or more or less the rear control room here, is very interesting to say the least. It has a lot of sticker detail. It has a massive computer with a massive computer chair, which works very similar to like if you've seen it, like Akbar's like chairs from Star Wars, or even like other characters from like Andromeda or Saga Media, where the actual chair is attached to the roof instead of the base of the floor. So yeah, it is controlled via the dummy right here. That's on the combat room floor. You might not see it, but yeah, it's controlled via the dummy, which you can rotate and move around, etc. It can seat a figure. I would use, in this case, Tila. So you can sit Tila there. She can man the computer chair like so. It's very cool. It's a very neat play feature. It does work. A little bit hair wheel, technically. You do have a couple more areas to put the actual ladder this side. Also up here as well, like so. So it works very similarly to the one that was included with Castle Grayskull. And curious, yes, you can fit a ladder up here and up here, which you may not see, but it'll come much more important later. We move up even further into the armory or the training room. The armory or training room is, in general, you have a horse trooper dummy, which doesn't explode but is slightly articulated when it comes to the hands. It is technically removable, not really. It's a little strange, but yeah, you can just move it around, etc. You obviously have storage for the included weapons, for example, the bazooka, rocket launcher, whatever. You can plug onto here. We get this little peg. All of the weapons and have weapons, etc. Have shields, just the grappling hooks, etc. So yeah, no. Or technically no, sorry. The grappling hooks are the only ones that don't have anything that are able to plug onto the general weapons rack here. So yeah, it's something making it a little bit frustrating or disappointing. But yeah, that's mostly it for the little training room. But since it is connected to the chair, you can have, for example, let's see, let's choose. I don't know. I'm gonna pick. That's be interesting. Let's pick Lady Slither. I want to see how this works. So since it is connected to the chair here, have Lady Slither right there, and since we do this, just fight Slither, which I think I picked the wrong figure for this. Oh, King Hiss. I'm trying to make this work, so I'm very curious if I can knock a figure down here. Oh wait, you can. There we go. So yeah, you can knock down a figure. Unlike, I think, no, this is actually the one Monster Universe Playset, actually, dummy 3D fight. Or common dummy, technically. But yeah, here's the turret section. Comes to the, Eternia Playset. Again, more dust. This is so dusty, oh my god. I didn't realize until now how dusty it is. We have the ladder, which can obviously be moved around like so. It's connected up to the turret section, which is pretty cool. I really like that. As a play feature. Probably could like display it on my shelf, kind of like this, because we usually have the ladder at the bottom of the floor. But yeah, it's pretty much mostly it for the Eternia mini module playset, more so the mini module itself. Something I did forget to mention is that you can sit a figure inside the turret, or the cannon, or the artillery piece. I don't know. You can hold on to the little pegs right there, like so. Which I'm sure I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you can see it in there. Of course, you can also see figures in all of these. Come right here, which you can use in the mechanic. You can hold on to the flagpole like so. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Not gonna lie. But yeah, that's mostly it for the Eternia playset. It's a lot. It is not a faint of heart, both for the wallet and also the anybody, because it commands your attention. It commands a large area to display. Because this table that I have right here, which is my reviewing table, my drawing work table over, is huge. It is a big table, and somehow it is still dwarfed by this thing, which is impressive. But yeah, that's mostly it. Something I like to mention, would be the including mini comp, which is the final thing to talk about this thing, because I'm so tired playing this thing because it's a lot. We have the mini comic, which is exclusive to the King-Grayskull figure, I believe. Yes. It's pretty unique. I think it's King-Grayskull, right? I'm not sure. No, I don't think he came with this one. It was just the Eternia Playset came with this one. So with that, you get like a massive battle against the heroes and the villains, and also the Snake Men, who are both joint, more or less, formed lines with Skeletor. We also have a massive duel with more just general fight with King-Grayskull, He-Man, and what's her name? Also Skeletor here. Massive like little battles in here, and ultimately ends the heroes winning. Osira, there we go. Who is King-Grayskull's love interest. But yeah, that's mostly it for this review. I got nothing else to say, other than just, you know, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that good stuff. That's mostly it for this review. If you're able to find this thing for a good price, I would recommend it, because it is a very, very nice place. It is a very nice place that words cannot describe how much joy I got from just building this thing in general, having it in my display room. One last thing I'd like to mention, other than that, is that, oh, I'm so tired. I'm pretty tired after finishing up the 12 Days of War, filming all of this, and most of it after, like, I don't know, potentially doing or editing it, that's for sure. I probably won't be doing, maybe, I don't know, I'm definitely contemplating to do a New Year's Eve and Day special, but I had to think about that. But yeah, on to the rest of the general conversation. This is more just intermission from future me, technically. That's all for this review. Like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully I shall see you next time. Bye.